Well, I'm joined today by RDR, the guy from 185 to now going up to 205. He's fought at heavyweight. You fought everywhere. My man, thanks for joining the show today, the Weigh In Podcast. And I'm also joined today by my boy, Big Ant. We call him Big Ant because he's like 6'6", like 385. He's that big. He's pretty big, man.
I'll take the 6'6". I am no 385.
375. RDR, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Doing good in the Florida sun.
Oh, it's rough. It looks really rough out there. It's the Florida sun, enjoying the weather. It looks really rough. So, hey, what started this whole move back up to 205? You know, obviously you come from one championship, you know, the champ at middleweight, champ at 205, tried being the champ a couple of times at heavyweight. We're very close, but ultimately, you know, these are kind of your weight classes, one, you know, middleweight and light heavyweight. What kind of sparked this whole thing? You seem a little exhausted in one of your fights, like towards the end.
Yeah.
You know, I think the weight cut started to kill you. There's a lot of research and science now behind it all that, hey, it kind of depletes your system as you guys carry on into the fight. Give me the basis of what was the deciding factor on 205.
I fought 6 times in a little over a year. Made 185 6 times in a little over a year, and that was just not the smartest thing I've done in my life. Meanwhile,
I bet money-wise it was.
It's all right. Meanwhile, I've been eating your American food here, which has made me gain some weight as well. So 205 is just more. It's more doable. I'm still doing a pretty decent cut, but I think it's better for now.
Can I ask you this? During this is off of fighting World Cup. Everyone's posting videos about how the American food, the American culture, all this stuff.
I saw that.
And like, what was your take when you say, "Oh, American barbecue"? You see people from Japan, see people from Holland, you see people from everywhere, right? Enjoying the American barbecue or their American food, Buc-ee's gas stations, all this other stuff. What was your take when you saw that?
Yeah, that's kind of my experience when I came here for the first time. It's so different than home. And what I love is American barbecue. It's very special because we don't have that in Europe. It doesn't exist. But I bought a smoker a couple of years ago in the Netherlands. So I make my own brisket and stuff. So I have Americanized a little bit.
All right. You're becoming an American. I love it.
Don't make me bring out the flag.
Were you looking for your wife when you said that? You were like looking to see like.
No, I was looking at my. I have an American flag here. So
gotcha. Ange, what you got, bud?
No, Josh mentioned obviously you're moving up in weight, but half of the middleweight division is moving up. It's just going to be
it's crazy right now.
Middleweight plus. Do you think, like, let's say that, you know, there is a world where you fight Robert Whittaker again, just at a new weight class. So when you see matchups like that starting to happen and the middleweight division is getting trickier at the top, so more fighters might say, well, screw it, let me go up. I don't have to cut the weight anyway, including Hamzat, former champion. DDP is huge. I don't think he's moving up anytime soon, but he might. What does that do for the light heavyweight division or the middleweight division? Like, you were top, 3 guy? Now you're out. You're up. You've moved up. Is it like a weird environment here where people might actually start to go back down because all the competition moved up with them?
Yeah, maybe. It's funny to see that everybody is looking to move up. I think, part of it is that there is like a bit of a lull at light heavyweight, right? There's only a couple guys really good. So I think some people just see an option there. And it's the biggest thing with these weight cuts are you cannot make weight often. You can't fight often. If I make 185, it's crazy to do it more than twice a year because you're wrecking everything. You're wrecking your body. You're wrecking your hormone system. Everything goes to shit. So I think people, if they want to fight more often, it's a good move for more of us. And something that kept me at middleweight was all the cool matchups there. So it's very cool to see everybody coming up, and hopefully we'll get these matchups at a better weight.
I was trying to explain to another buddy of mine, John Morgan, who was a journalist for MMA Junkie for a while. Anyways, we were talking. I said, like, if I can still fight all the same people and not have to cut the weight, I'll just go to 205, right? Because you got Dolidze, who used to be a 205 pounder, went to 85, now going back up to 205. You got Robert Whittaker, you got Paulo Costa. You've got a lot of big names that are now going up to the 205 pound division. I can fight those guys with all of us, not just you. All of them going, I don't got to cut the weight to fight the same guy. Hell yeah, sign me up.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we need to figure something out with this weight cut stuff anyway, right? That it's ruining the sport to some extent. As I said, it ruins activity. And it's just crazy that this is where we landed. Like, everybody cuts 10% of their body weight just before the biggest fight of their life every weekend. Like, why are we doing this? It's so weird.
Saturday mornings used to mean coffee and sidelines. Now it's game time for all of us. We're running drills, chasing goals, and trying to keep up with each other. Soccer, lacrosse, doesn't matter. What matters is we're doing it together. But here's the thing I didn't expect. Training with your kids, it hits different. You sweat more, you push harder. And if you're not careful, you could burn yourself out. That's why I started bringing Element. No sugar, no junk, just electrolytes. Sodium, potassium, magnesium. So you can stay sharp, stay moving, and stay in the game. Because when your kids look over and say, "Come on, Dad, keep up," you don't want to sit this one out. You want to be right there with them. Hydration isn't just about performance. It's about showing up. For them, for yourself, for moments like this. Element.
Stay salty.
Yeah.
Do you think they should convert to the jiu-jitsu style where you weigh in and then you walk into that cage? Or maybe what boxing does where you weigh in and you can only gain 10 pounds in a day to try to cut people from doing the dramatic cuts? Or does that just make it worse because people will still do the cut and they'll just perform even worse without the 24 hours?
Yeah, I think somebody really smarter than us gamblers and fighters should figure this out. My mind goes to weigh in a couple days. We're all there at least on Tuesday, right? Weigh people in Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and let them make the weight required every day. Maybe a little bit over on Wednesday, a little less over on Thursday, on weight on Friday. And just weigh them the day of the fight as well, but get a certain schedule working that they get fined if they miss a day, or they need to make the weight again later in the day or whatever. But there is a way to be figured out where we just fight at the weight we walk around at. Because this is what happens. I weigh in at 185. My opponent weighs in at 185. And the day we fight, we both weigh 210. This is just what happens. We all do this. Why do we put ourselves to the shit?
Yeah. If you're both going to weigh the same anyway, what was the point?
What's the point here?
What I've always said is that you need to have basically, hey, you should fight one fight. Every other fight, you need to show that you can make 185. And I think every other fight should be at a catch weight. Hey, you're going to fight at 185 pounds. Okay. But if you want to have the availability to fight for the title, your second fight needs to be at 185 pounds on the dot, not 186. You need to make 185 on the dot to show you can make the weight. So every other fight, you got to cut that weight. And the two of you guys are matched up against guys that are on the off as well. So you guys can agree to a catch weight. You guys can fight it. Say, hey, I'm going to fight you at 195 or at 200. You guys agree to that. You guys fight at that. But you guys both also are considered 185 pound fighters. So. Yeah, and then the next time you fight, if you never make weight, if you miss weight, you have to go to the next weight class. That's just done. I mean, that's fair because you have to be able to make that weight to say that you're the 185 pound champ. Because once you become the champ, every single time you fight, you have to make that weight. Whereas the guys that don't, the guys that are making their way up, don't have to make the weight every single time. I think that might be another way to keep those guys in there. But then, you get concerned about the champions. You've got to make the weight every time. You have to fight.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. You want to be I like the fact that you're going up. You have the body style to carry the weight.
Yeah, I'm tall, that's the biggest thing. And I put on some mass. Hopefully I'm not too fat so the commentary doesn't make fun of me like they did Robert Whittaker. So
commentary is not the only people making fun of people around here. This guy right here in the middle, the degenerate gambler Angelo, could not lay off of Robert Whittaker on his social media.
That's not true. First of all, I'm not a degenerate gambler. I'm a regular human being, a regular person, not a degenerate gambler. Second of all, you are huge. You're huge. You're a giant dude. You were 5 times the size of Robert Whittaker in that fight.
Yeah.
And Robert Whittaker moving up made no sense. He started at 170, went to 85, looked good, former world champion, only losing to the best people in the world. Going up for him didn't make quite, and then he showed up and like, yeah, compared to me, looks great. Compared to everybody else in the division, stand him next to you or Paulo Costa and tell me he's not a little bit on the chunky side. That move up didn't make sense to me. Your move up does. So you're listed at 6'4". Are you 6'4", or is that a lie?
No, I am. You're sounding like a Robert Whittaker hater right now.
No, I picked him. I root for him. One of the most likable guys in the division. But when he got out there, it's like, what are we doing?
He can make money off of him. That's why he picked him. He didn't pick him for any other reason. He only picked him because he thought he could make money off of him.
I get what you're saying 100%. He's pretty short. He put on some mass, but I think he still looked great, dude. He was still quick as fuck. Yeah. The power was there. Yeah.
Thank you. What do you say to these guys? Because some of the guys at 205 are going to heavyweight. I feel like everyone's jumping the weight class up so they can try to win a title at an easier weight class. Because light heavyweight is kind of a weaker weight class now. And the heavyweight weight class is, there's literally like 2 guys at the top, and that's it. And so everyone kind of jumping a weight class up, not having to kill themselves, makes a lot of sense. But do you feel like they're jumping the weight class? They're going up in a weight class because there's easier matchups there?
I think everybody's fucking done with this weight cutting stuff, so maybe that's the main reason. But I do think a lot of people see an opportunity as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's get back to Roman Dolidze. I had Dolidze on the show the other day. Very nice guy, very quiet. I expect a little bit more because he fight. All right. Well, tell me how you really feel. He was a little. I figured him to be a little bit more chaotic, kind of like how his fighting style is.
Yeah.
He was very humble, very nice. I don't know. He didn't say anything negative about you. Just said, "Hey, I got to get through him and move on to the next one." What do you have to say to him? I mean, in terms of like,
he said it already, John.
Nah. It's I'm very happy with the matchup. Him coming up as well I think makes a lot of sense. Gives me some more time to put on more mass. Will probably be like around the same size fight night. So I think it's a good matchup. He was in the top 10. Very strong guy. I think if you just look at him, strong punches.
Is there anybody in that 205-pound division? Let's just say you get past Roman Dolidze. Are there guys that you have your eyes set on? And match-wise, like who do you think you match up well with or matches up well with you for a fun fight?
Paulo Costa would be cool, right?
Yeah,
that'd be a fun fight.
Agree.
And I'm southpaw, so he might take that fight. So
Wait, back to the Roman fight. So that's at the Apex, and you have fought in giant arenas. You fought all over the world long before the UFC, but you fought in giant arenas, and you have fought in the Apex before. Is there a difference to you? It's literally a different size cage, but outside of the cage, the atmosphere is very, very different. Do you prefer giant crowd, lots of eyes, screaming, yelling, or no, I want it quiet, get all this crap out of here, I can hear my corner, I have a smaller cage so I can work grappling? Like, is there a preference to you, or it doesn't matter at all?
Don't bet on it being in the Apex. It's in Sacramento.
I thought it was at the Apex.
No.
Oh,
it's in Sacramento.
That's right.
So
So
it's going to be cool. And I do, I like the crowds. It's just more fun. The Apex one that I did was all right. It was my debut in UFC. And it was, at that point, it was just very special to finally be in the UFC after all those years of fighting. But if it's for a crowd, it's so much nicer.
I mean, I love how you let him finish that whole thing. You started off with this at the Apex. You let him go for like
cut me off.
2 minutes. Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. Just hang him out to dry.
But there hasn't been a lot of Apex fights lately, right? So there are more on the road again, on the move again.
They have been. So this weekend is Apex, or I don't know.
It's the first one, yeah.
This past weekend was Apex, but that's because they just did that huge renovation, and so they were doing the final touches. So now it holds thousands of people instead of hundreds. So I guess we'll see if there's an actual difference in the atmosphere or not. But they did do that big renovation to get a crowd in there.
I think it only holds 2,400 people, though. I know. Well,
that's thousands.
Yeah.
Is it not?
Yeah, I saw. I was there. I was in Vegas a couple months ago. And I saw what they were doing, but it still seems to me like in that spot they could make so much more seats. They could make it so much cooler than they did, but I don't know.
Is there, like, if the UFC let's just say the UFC calls you tomorrow, it's like, hey, Roman's out, and we have Ankalaev who's coming off of a fight. Is that a fight that interests you? Like he seems to be getting a lot of hate right now on the fact that he just can't seem to pull the trigger. Like he's one of those guys. He's got all the skills, but it's just something's just not happening for him inside that cage. I mean, is that a fight that even interests you? Because a lot of guys are like, I need to fight someone that motivates me. And a lot of guys are like, he doesn't motivate me.
Fuck off. There'd be an amazing fight. It'd be an honor to fight with a guy like that. I think he's so skilled. He moves so well. But you're right. He has a little bit of a problem trying to end the fight. But come on, that dude is amazing. He's very good. It's so technical. Never really gets hit, except for Pereira did. So, it'd be an amazing fight. If I can avoid it for a couple more, please.
Have you trained with him at all?
No, he never trained. No, but I think we're pretty similar build-wise. He's pretty tall as well.
Yeah, he's very talented, very skilled for sure.
Yeah.
And you have fought teammates before, or at least training partners before, Brendan Allen notably. Is that weird? Or is that just, we all know what we're doing here. It is what it is. And is there a difference in what you saw in training versus what you saw in the fight?
Yeah, we never really trained much before that fight. He just came and went at Kill Cliff, and so it never really happened.
Yeah, people talk about the Shavkat Ian Gary thing situation. Like, they were inside the same. They were still at Kill Cliff, whatever. They're inside the gym, but they really didn't train a whole lot together.
No.
Yeah, a little bit of touch sparring, but nothing major, and that was about it. So,
was that intentional then? Because you guys both know, hey, same weight class, top of this division, it may happen eventually, or just literally two ships passing and it just never quite happened?
No, never quite happened. On my side, I don't care. I train with everybody. I don't look ahead too much anyway. If I can learn from somebody, I don't mind. I'll train with any light heavyweight around. Yeah.
When you look at Roman Dolidze, like what are some weaknesses you see in him? Like I know that he fights a little bit chaotic. He is someone that's like kind of all over the place. But look, like you said, the strengths are he physically looks really strong. When I interviewed him the other day, he looked like he filled out a lot. He's not an 85-pounder anymore. I can tell you that. So, like, what are some of the strengths that you see? Look at this guy.
No, exactly. He looks very strong. His grappling, like a couple of years ago, his grappling looked very good. We haven't really seen a lot of his grappling lately. But yeah, I think he has a hard right hand, but who doesn't? He's pretty plotty. His base is pretty good. I don't know.
What do you say to people? Because my first impression of you, I've got to be honest, man. My first impression of you was your stand-up is trash. It's all over the place. It's like you're kind of winging it from here and there. And I'm not trying to take a dig at you. I'm just being honest.
No, that was a literal dig, John. That's what a dig is.
Well, look, you get it done. You get it done on the feet. The style makes people it makes it so difficult for them to close that distance because you either fight them at range and you're really good with your knees and your elbows. So it's that in between that they can kind of get some work done, but they can't seem to figure that out. And you have success there. I mean, look at the Bo Nickel fight.
Yeah. So that's always been the game plan. Like at distance, I'm longer. I have a long jab, long front kick. So I keep them busy there. And then I've always focused a lot on the clinch because it's like close to where my real love is, right? I really love wrestling and jiu-jitsu. So I thought, like years ago, I thought that would be important for me to work on my clinch. If I can't take him down, I'm going to be able to hurt him there. So I've always put a lot of emphasis on that. And I hope to do the same this time. Just keep him at bay, play with him a little bit, hit him to the body a couple times, get close, hurt him, choke him out.
And
yeah, you mentioned the Bo Nickel fight. Obviously, huge fight for you because Bo Nickel was the shining star, or at least the up and coming shining star. UFC spent a ton of money, put him in a bunch of big spots, and you went in there and kind of, that was your big coming out party. Yeah. To me, watching that fight, it felt like you were not afraid to engage in the grappling. I'm sure in your head you're like, I don't know what this wrestling is going to be like, but we'll find out. But then when he jumped for guillotine and didn't get it at the end of that first round, it seemed like you were like, oh, well, he's fucked. Like, this is what it's like to be on top of him.
Now that moment was like, oh, he's going for a guillotine? I know how to defend the guillotine. I know what to do here. I was like, oh, this is amazing. And I went into that fight just, if he takes me down, we're in my world. I don't give a fuck if he takes me down. Take me down 100 times. We're in my world. And another like strong thing in my mind coming into that fight was he only had like 6 or 7 fights, like a handful of fights. He's never really been hit. Let me see how he reacts when I hit him. And so that was one of those two things really made me very confident going into that fight.
Do you feel like the hype surrounded around him is legit, or should be
100%? He's still there, dude. Look at how he just knocked out Rodolfo Vieira like crazy with the head kick 2 fights ago, and then at the White House he did great again. I trained a bit with him a couple months ago, and he's still there. I think he's still on the right trajectory to become champ.
Yeah, a kid of his ability in terms of wrestling and stuffing takedowns, if he can get really good on the feet, he's going to be a monster.
Yeah, and he is getting there, right? Yeah. Look at how his boxing is nice. His kicking game is perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting there. Hey, you did a match against one of my good friends, Ty Ruotolo, and what is the level difference between like an MMA grappler? Because most people don't think there really is. They're like, oh, this guy fights MMA. Like Marcus Buchecha came in, and he had no success in the UFC, but he's a world-class jiu-jitsu guy, world-class. Ty is one of those guys as well, and him and his brother both. What is the level difference when you have doing a match against someone like a Ty Ruotolo, or a Cade Ruotolo?
Yeah, the big difference is like how many times a week do we grapple? 3 times a week.
Yeah,
they grapple 3 times a day. It's just their whole focus is this. They have so many layers upon layers of techniques. It's very hard to be able to compete with those guys. But I was not unsuccessful in that one, and with Andre Galvao, who has fell off the spotlight a little bit lately. I had a match with him as well.
Let's not talk about that right now. I'm not canceled.
I can hold my own with those guys. But it's just very hard to put a guy like that away because they're fully focused on grappling. Buchecha is one of my buddies. We trained together. We've trained together through the years, and it's just unfortunate that he hasn't been able to do what he was able to do in the UFC. I think he lost a little bit of his confidence, and especially the last fight, he shoots on a guy. The guy attacks a guillotine. And he just spins like crazy. Like, come on, you're fucking Marcus Buchecha, dude. Nobody's gonna guillotine you. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Take that motherfucker down. Do your thing. You're one of the greatest grapplers in the world. So hopefully we'll see him. I think there's still a way back for him. I think there's still a way for him to do good in MMA because he had all those matches in one and he did very good there. So hopefully we'll see him back.
Yeah, he's got to have the desire. I was part of Team Checkmate for a while, 5-6 years, and I trained with Leo Vieira and Marcus, obviously, and Buchecha, Lapella, and Polito, and those guys. So that whole group of guys, they're really talented, really good. Had a bunch of times to train with Ty and Cade. Great kids as well. Great kids. They're fantastic. But it's just the level of jiu-jitsu that they bring versus like everyone's, MMA's jiu-jitsu is the same thing. It's not the same thing.
It's definitely not.
It's not.
But everything changes if you can throw an elbow or a knee. Yeah. Like, still, if we're grappling, if we're not even striking, we're grappling, and I can throw a couple elbows, it's a different world.
100%. Like, there's that old saying, right? Like, as soon as I start punching you, your black belt turns into a white belt. Yeah. And it depletes it every single time I land a punch. And I think a lot of people were like, hey, Buchecha kind of fell into that a little bit with guys that just was afraid either getting submitted, which he, like you said, why? Why would you be afraid?
Dude? Come on. Nobody's going to get you, dude. Nobody's going to get you.
So it's very, very weird and very weird how it all played out with Buchecha and some of the other guys. So I don't know. You look at this weight class, obviously there's guys in here. Where do you think you'll fall with the win over Roman Dolidze? Both of you guys coming up from 85. You kind of put somewhere in no man's land right now with a win. You've got Navajo Sterling. I like that matchup for you against Navajo Sterling. He's right now, I think, at number 10. You've got, let's say, like Dominic Reyes or Khalil Roundtree. There's certain guys that are still in the ranking that are going to heavyweight, like Jamal Hill. He's like 285 right now. This guy's huge. So
yeah, all muscle.
Yeah, all muscle. But where do you feel like what would be your next step after a Dolidze win?
Yeah, it depends. I don't think a win is enough. I need to put him away, hopefully like in a good way, spectacularly. And then I think I'm fighting a top 10 guy. I would really like, maybe it's a bit too much of a big step, but I would really like a Khalil fight. That'd be amazing.
Uh-huh. What about a Yuri Prochaska? Does that fight interest you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
That's a fun fight. He's all
That'd
over
be a
the
fun
place.
fight too. Yeah.
Yeah, he's all over the place and very chaotic when he fights. You don't know what's going to happen, and I'd love to get your thoughts on his training. Can you talk?
Yeah, that really rubs me the wrong way, but
does it?
yeah, I don't know. It just gives me fucking chills to look at this guy talk. I don't.
Do you
it's
think
too
it's
much
real
for me.
though? He's not.
No, it's fucking. It feels so fake, dude. It doesn't feel real.
You don't think he's really you don't think he's really trapping himself in a room for 6 days with with just water and food being fed
I
to him?
don't know. If he does, props to him. But punching a tree in the forest, come on. And you think that's gonna help in any way? I don't know.
You mentioned the grappling. Obviously, your background is grappling, right? You were competing before the transition over to MMA. With the UFC BJJ, almost taking a page out of RAF's book, the RAF Wrestling, where they're starting to bring in some. They're starting to bring in some MMA names and throwing them into UFC BJJ to get the MMA fans. Gilbert Burns just did it. I think Muhammad Mokaev, they made some offers. Is that something that would interest you, competing in the UFC BJJ side as well? Or now I'm solely focused on this. I'm only going to compete in this for now, and we'll see where we go.
No, 100% will be very cool. And RAF stuff, I've been to an event here in Miami. It was super cool, dude. They're doing an amazing job. Looks so fun. They're really putting on a show, and I think it's gonna continue to be a great success. So it'd be amazing. I would even do a wrestling match. I've never worn wrestling shoes in my life, but that'd be cool. And the UFC BJJ would really be open to that as well. But all of this, I think, if I take a match like that right now, would take me out of focusing on MMA, and I don't think that's smart. So let me finish my MMA career first. I think this would be nice in a couple of years.
What's your take on guys like Arman Tsarukyan having to do more of these things, because he can
just take a fight as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think he is. He's scheduled now. I think to fight Mauricio Ruffy is. I think they scheduled him for, but he should be fighting for the title.
Just fight. Come on. Just don't sit around, be like whiny, and I'm gonna wrestle because I can't fight. They'll have a fight for you. Yeah. He just didn't want to take the fight they have for him. That's the thing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I don't believe he can't get a fight. He can get a fight.
All right, hey, a couple more questions. Did you watch the World Cup?
No, it's too boring for me. I never watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
As a European, that's your sincere take?
Yeah,
I've never really acclimate to America.
Yeah, no, you guys like it nowadays. So people come up to me like, "Oh, it's so nice, the football." Takes 90 minutes and nothing happens. Yeah.
We were gonna acclimate to it had we won more, but we didn't win more. We were trying to get everyone to change it to soccer. Everyone's like, no, it's still called football because we fucking lost again in the round of 32. We suck. But hey, they played well. They did okay for the US. Out of you're at Killcliff, correct?
No, I'm at ATT now.
Oh, sorry, ATT. Oh, what was the reason for? Because you were at Killcliff, weren't you?
I was at Killcliff. Yeah. Some stuff's changed there, and it hasn't been good for the last 6 months. So I made a big change. Yeah.
Okay. What were some of the reasons?
Henry had some. So Henry is my guy, right? We're both Dutch, and we've always worked together a lot. I really like him. But he had some personal stuff going on, and he was out of the gym for a while. For a couple months, and Anglan Sang, another guy I really like to work with. He opened his own gym a bit north, and he hasn't been in the gym as much. So basically, the two main reasons I was there weren't really there. A lot of big guys left because some stuff's changed, and I was just in a position like I gotta change something, and so I did this camp at ATT, and it's been amazing. The structure they have, the way they run classes, the amount of big guys. It's like they open a can of new Chechens, Dagestanis every week. I get a lot of good.
There is it, Mike Brown?
Yeah, I work a lot with Mike Brown. I like to work a lot with Mike Brown.
He's the
And
man,
with
dude.
King Mo Lawal is one
King
of
Mo's
the
the
guys
man
I like to
also.
work with. Yeah.
King Mo was at
So,
AKA with us for a little bit, and him and I
yeah,
have been
that's true.
friends. Him and I have been friends for a long, long time. King Mo, Mike Brown, I've always looked up to. Man, I always thought he was a great mind in the sport. He's one of the most solid guys around. Him and Crazy Bob Cook, man, the two of them remind me of each other a lot. But they're just
Yeah.
fantastic individuals, great people to be around.
It's nice how MMA nerdy he is. He knows everything, watches everything. He has on his phone he has like folders of jab to takedown, and then he shows you, look, this is a jab to takedown. I really like. I like that. It's cool. It's very.
Is he trying to get you to do a jab to takedown? Is that what it is?
No, a lot of different stuff than that. Yeah.
Well, Tai
all right.
Tuivasa's there now too.
Yeah, he just came in last week. It was very fun. Yeah, it's cool
You
to
guys
have
are
him
about
there.
the same weight.
Yeah, basically.
Because you're fighting at 205 now. You're probably got to be walking around about what, 225, 230?
Yeah, 225. Yeah.
Jesus, how the hell did you ever make 185?
I was just dieting year round just to stay close to 210.
Damn. Hey, I know this can be a little controversial, but can you answer this? How happy are you that you are now in the UFC and you're not dealing with the one championship drama?
Yeah, very happy. Yeah, it's been, it's pretty far in the past right now.
Yeah.
But still, like every couple weeks, I get a call from somebody like, "Hey, can you help me get away from one? I need you. Who's your lawyer?" And that stuff. So it's still going on, but thankfully, they've pretty much stopped doing the MMA fights.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, almost everybody is gone. All the MMA fighters have been able to leave. Yeah, but what they did the last couple of years is just so sad, so bad.
Yeah, unfortunate, very unfortunate. Okay, give me your prediction on the fight with Roman Dolidze. How does it finish? That, and then tell me who you're gonna call out after that.
That's a secret. I don't. You gotta leave something for after the fight.
Tell me off air. You can tell me off air.
I'll have to think about it first. No, I think I'm gonna put some pressure on him. Hit him at distance with some good body kicks, some good long jabs. Get close, hit him to the body, hit him to the head with some knees and elbows, take him down, choke him out. End of the first, early second round.
Got it. Angelo, you got anything to wrap it up on?
No, I really was fascinated what your thoughts were on everybody moving up and what that looked like. And I think we got there. And your first fight at light heavyweight will be against a former middleweight. But it's going to be funny because you're going to be so much bigger than him. So it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like.
Yeah, well, we're going to be cool. Thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the support.
Absolutely, my man. Hey, thanks for the interview and thanks for joining the Wayne AM podcast. And we'll talk soon.
Boom. Ciao, guys.
Saturday mornings used to mean coffee and sidelines. Now it's game time for all of us. We're running drills, chasing goals, and trying to keep up with each other. Soccer, lacrosse, doesn't matter. What matters is we're doing it together. But here's the thing I didn't expect. Training with your kids, it hits different. You sweat more, you push harder. If you're not careful, you could burn yourself out. That's why I started bringing Element. No sugar, no junk, just electrolytes. Sodium, potassium, magnesium, so you can stay sharp, stay moving, and stay in the game. Because when your kids look over and say, "Come on, Dad, keep up," you don't want to sit this one out. You want to be right there with them. Hydration isn't just about performance. It's about showing up. For them, for yourself, for moments like this. Element.
Stay salty.